Hi, I'm Chris Rupp with the Westmont Ridley-Tree Museum of Art, and today for Art from Home, we will be making masks. The oldest known masks are from the Neolithic period, dating to more than 9,000 years old, and are made of stone, like this mask here. While we don't know exactly what these masks were used for, they certainly were made to wear over the face and are the oldest use of masks known today. Throughout history, masks have served a variety of purposes, from entertainment and disguising oneself to ceremonial and religious use. They've even been used for practical purpose, such as protecting the face during battles, as seen in this mask of a Japanese samurai warrior. When you think of masks, what images come to mind? Maybe Halloween masks, like this child? Or maybe this mask, which is for ceremonial use as a funerary mask of the Egyptian pharaoh King Tut. This is probably the most famous mask in the world, partly because it's so beautiful, but also because it was carefully crafted from gold and precious stones. While we think of masks being used for entertainment, most cultures in the world have some ancient history of mask making for ceremonial uses, including the Incan culture of South America, who made elaborate ceremonial masks from hammered gold. And in Africa, where masks played an important role in religious ceremonies, including those wishing for good crops and successful hunting. I also want to thank artist and friend Kyle Johnson, who came to Westmont and did a similar project making masks here for our students. And this is where the idea for making cardboard masks originated from. With Halloween approaching shortly, it's a good time of year to think about making a mask. And today, we are going to make masks using ordinary materials that you can find around your house. We will need the glue gun and some glue sticks. We'll also need scissors, a pencil, some markers of some sort. I have Sharpies here. A razor knife is really helpful, and cardboard. With this project, we're going to be using a razor knife and a hot glue gun, which both can be a little bit dangerous, so make sure you ask an adult for help when you are gluing your mask or cutting your cardboard. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to make is this piece, which is the basis of the whole mask. It's kind of like a crown, and it goes on your head and fits, and then your mask is glued to that. So to make this, I have cut 3 strips of cardboard about 2 inches wide and about 24 or so inches long. And what I do with these strips is I roll them up so that they bend in a nice curve. And then I take this rolled piece and I hold it up on my head to see what size to make this. And for me, I'm going to be gluing it right here at the very end. So I apply a little bit of glue with my hot glue gun, and then I just attach these 2 pieces. And you usually have to hold the glue a little bit to let it cool and dry enough to stick. So now I have my headband part, and so then we need to make some pieces that are going to go over the top of the headband. And same thing here, I just roll these up. And then on the ends, I usually bend these a little bit to meet the contour of the headband. And I'll put some glue on here and attach this to my band over the top of the head. Then I'll put it back on and see where this needs to go exactly. So I need to cut this right here. And then I'll bend this as well. Put a little bit of glue on here and glue it down to the front. And then I just do that same thing over this side, and I end up with my crown here that will be the basis of the mask. So my next step here is I'm going to take a sheet of cardboard. And this cardboard can be anything. You can find a flat sheet or you can find a box like this and you can open it up. Usually, even if the box has some kind of printing on the outside, when you open it up to the inside, it's just brown cardboard. So you can use an opened up box like this to do all these mask pieces. But I have this nice sheet of cardboard, so I'm going to use it. And one thing that I'm really careful about is cardboard has a certain direction it likes to bend. So if you look at it close, it has lots of lines going in this direction, which makes it really easy to fold in this direction, but not so easy if you turn it the other way and try and fold it. So I try to do everything so that it will curve around my face. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the very first portion, and that is this band where the eyes and the cheeks are. And so I'm just going to take a pencil and I'm going to draw on here. Sometimes I like to find the middle of my cardboard, and I'll show you why I do that. So this is my middle line, and I'm just going to draw my shape on here for the cheeks. And it can really be anything, just some kind of curve. So I just drew 1/2 on here, and with an adult, have them help you cut your drawing out. And then because I have a center line, I can just fold my piece over to the other side and then trace around it to cut out the other half. And that way it's nice and even and symmetrical. And you can save all these scraps because they're going to come in handy as you start to decorate your mask. All right, so now I have my cheek and eye portion here. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to figure out where to put it on my mask and still be able to see out a little bit. So here I can see just a little bit, so I'll leave a little hole that will enable me to look out from my mask. So I have this marked, and I'm just going to go here and glue and stick this down. So now I have my crown with my face piece on, and because you can bend the cardboard, I'm going to go ahead and bend this, and we'll wrap it around the mask. And we'll glue this on as well. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. And then I just hold it for a minute to make sure it dries and it stays in its place. And now you can see I have where my eyes and my cheeks are for my mask. So the next step is to cut portions to fill some of this in so you cover up your face, and maybe you want to cover up the top here as well. So I'm going to look at my mask and then decide what I need to do to cut my next part. And I, again, want to keep my cardboard in that direction so it bends. And I think I'm going to make a piece for the top first. So I'm going to just draw like the top of a head. It's kind of round. And then I'll cut that out. Like that. And then I'll figure out how do I fit this in here. And I might have to trim this a little bit to make it fit just right. But I'm going to roll it up and then check and see how it fits. So that fits pretty well. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this out and add some more glue. And sometimes on the back side, I'll also go in and add a little bit just to keep everything in place and make sure it's not going to come loose later. So there's my head and my cheeks, and we'll add some eyes and a jaw on here as well. And I need the plan for this so that I can still see out of the little spot. Otherwise, I'll have to poke holes or cut holes in to be able to see out. And the side that I draw on, I don't face out. All the drawing sides face to the inside of the mask. So you don't ever see the drawing lines. It's the clean cardboard on the outside. So same thing, I'm gonna roll this up. And then I'm gonna see how my piece fits in here and test it out. You can see there, it almost makes like a natural mouth. And I actually think that works pretty well. So I'm gonna put my mask on and make sure this is still gonna fit. So, seems to work really well. So I'm just gonna keep it in spot and I'm gonna add some glue and have this glued permanently in its spot. This is where we're gonna start to have fun. So we're gonna add a piece for a nose, and I'm gonna draw this with a Sharpie so that you can see it real well. So I'm gonna draw just a nose, and I'm gonna make it real geometric shaped. And so that's gonna be my nose shape. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave tabs on here. So I'm gonna draw these, and these shaded portions where I've drawn the lines, those I wanna keep on my nose, because that's how we're gonna attach. So I'm gonna take my knife, and I'm gonna carefully cut this out, keeping those extra tabs on here. Then I'm gonna pop my nose out of here, and I'm gonna use this side without the markings as the front. So the part with the Sharpie will be inside the mask. And I'm gonna fold those tabs right on the edge of the nose and up here at the top of the nose. So that's what we're gonna use to attach. And then to give my nose a little bit of three-dimensionality, I'm gonna fold it like this. So it has nostrils and it will stick out a little bit more. And then I'm gonna figure out, where do I wanna put this on my mask? I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna mark where I need my tabs to be. And then I'm gonna take my knife and carefully cut little slits in my cardboard so that those tabs can go through that slot. So you can see I now have 3 holes. So I'm gonna take some glue and put it in the holes that we just cut. And then I'm gonna stick the tabs into those holes. And oftentimes, I will fold the tab over on the inside and also glue it from the inside to make sure that they don't come out. So you can see here I have my nose now. So I'm gonna put a little glue here on the inside. And then I'm gonna test fit it again to make sure I can see out. So my eyes are right here. I can see around the nose just fine. And so now I have a nose to my face, and I'm going to add a spot for a mouth. And then I'm gonna cut this out. And this is gonna be my mouth. And I'm also gonna add some teeth. So I'm gonna take this piece of cardboard that I just cut out of the mouth, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cut some lines or little wedges out of it to act as teeth. And when we're all done building the mask, one fun thing to do is you can go back and paint it. I kind of like the look of the cardboard and the marker, so I usually leave it like that, but you can go back, and I think on this mask I painted the teeth white, but you could go and you could paint your whole entire mask if you want and decorate it. So that's another option as well. So here I made a row of teeth, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a little glue to the top here and glue these into my mouth. So now my mask has this row of teeth in it. So now I need some eyes for my mask. And what I found that works really well is if you take a ping pong ball and you cut it in half, you can use those as eyes. So I went ahead and cut a ping pong ball here, and I'm gonna see where my eyes best fit on this mask. And when I find the spot I like, I'm just gonna draw a circle around them and put some glue on there with the hot glue gun and stick my eyes down. So there's one eye. Again, I'm just drawing around the circle here. Add some glue. So now I have some eyes. So I've gone ahead and finished the mask and done a lot of the outlining and shading, as well as finished the eyes and used the red Sharpie marker to do little veins on the eyeballs. One of the things I did here is I added eyebrows, upper and lower eyebrows, and so you can see I just cut out these crescent moon shapes and glued those on and glued the corners down. And then I also added ears, and I want to show you how I did that. I simply just took some scrap pieces of cardboard and I drew a sort of geometric shaped ear on here. And you need a couple things to help keep these ears out, like a support and a little tab like we did for the nose on the side. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line in and I'm going to draw a line out. So I'm going to cut my ear on those lines, and then I'm going to use this first one as a template to make the second one. So I have this ear, and this will actually be the back side that faces the mask so you don't see all the writing. And then I bend this tab in and this tab back and make an L right here at the bottom to attach to the back of the mask to keep the ear at the angle that I want. And so all I do is I just put this ear face down on my next piece of cardboard, trace around it, cut it out, and then I have matching ears for both sides of the head. So it turned out pretty well, and now we just need to see how it fits. And I can see right through this hole. It works well. My vision is pretty good. I hope to see what you made from this video, so post to the link below and let us see your creations. Thanks for joining us.